Hi everybody, in this video we are going to show how we can use a resource file instead of our original image folders when we want to. So in my application I have a screen with an image on it. The location of the image is the file's logical name, and in it there's a file called logo.png which we are using. So let's go ahead and open that. We're gonna have files over here and we have our logo.png. Now we're concerned that customers may forget to we're concerned that we may fail to send this logo and the screen would look bad, or some creative customer will change it and get it to look different, and we don't want to have that done for us. So we want to find a way to move the images into a resource file that the customer has little control on. Let me show you how it's done. Every image in the application that is loaded gets loaded by a class called image loader in env utilities, and it has a very strict load method which says here is the string, okay, and this is what I'm going to load. Now it has some logic over here, but eventually it goes and looks for the file on the drive and reads the file from the drive. So we want to intercept this code and add our own custom code to get this image from the resource. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm going to use system diagnostics debug trace.writeLine to show you what's going on here. So I'm going to write the file path. Okay. So when I start my screen, okay, we can see that the file path was this one. Okay, logo.png. Now let's go ahead and embed the resource in our code and get the resource from the image from the resource. So we'll go to properties, resources, and we're going to say add image, and we're going to have hopefully a dialog open up. Sorry, I probably clicked something wrong. Add resource, add new image. Yeah, let's get just an image. Let's just drag and drop it. I think that's the preferable way for me. So I'll drop it here, and it was given the name logo. Okay, so I need to use this name to get it from the resource. Let's remember that. Now if I look at the code behind for the resource, it actually generates a C# file with all these different properties, and we can see that when I'm looking for logo, okay, it will search for it like this. It will go to Resource Manager and get Object Logo. Great. So let's grab this Resource Manager and place an object of this type in our Image Loader class. Public static Resource Manager. Okay? And in our code, we'll say, well, if Resource Manager is not null, then let's do something cool. And we'll make sure in our program main, in our startup code, to register that resource manager. We're going to say, well, env utilities image loader dot resource manager is equals to our own Northwing properties resources resource manager. Okay, and of course we'll build env and build our code. Great. So just to recap, we saw that the resource code uses the resource manager to get the logo. Okay, we can see here logo is get from the resource manager. So we stored that resource manager in our image loader. Okay, and now we're going to use it. So how does it get the logo? It says, well, get it like this. I'll just copy this code, put it in our image loader, place it here. Now, since this is not culture specific, I'm going to remove the reference to culture. And we can see very clearly that we are getting that object. We'll just say, well, if object is not null. Okay? So now, if we have a resource manager and we found our logo in the resource, we'll return it. Otherwise, it will continue to grab it from the operation system, from the file system. We'll do the file exists and everything afterwards. Yes, and the file exists should be here. Okay, great. Now we need to translate this file path into this logo. So let's say here var key equals system IO file path dot get file name without extension of file path. And let's write it down and see that we got what we wanted. Let's see what happens here in the output window. Yes, build is a crucial part of doing that. I'm going to build env by saying build current project env, run, and in our output window we'll be able to see that it took this name and translated it to logo, because that is the name that we want. I recommend that you use this method to debug cases where you don't find the image that you want. I'll comment this out because it's not really necessary in real life, but use it to debug. Great. So now to see that it all works, I'm going to rename the logo to be 123 logo, so it won't find the file, and we'll see, hopefully, that we are still getting the image because it is getting loaded from the resource. So let's recap on the changes that we've done. Okay, in our image loader, we've added the resource. Let's do this as a single page because we've just added things. We've added the resource manager, and we added the if statement saying, well, if we have a resource manager, let's get the file name without an extension, use it as the key, and then go to the resource manager and try to find this object, and if we found it, return it as an image. Great. And in our program, we've set the utilities image loader resource manager to the ones that we've defined in our project. Okay, and that's the one we've added to the image when we started here in our resix. That's it. That's how you get to load the images from a resource file instead of from your own application. I hope you enjoyed this. Just one more thing that I like you to focus on. Note that it's important to translate the original path that you were using to a proper file name like here. For example, when I've trained for this demo, my logo was named, let's say, logo big. And when I drag and dropped it here, it was given the name logo underscore big because it is fixed to something that would make sense in C#. So to solve that, what I ended up doing is saying here, well, the key is file name without expression dot replace minus with underscore. Okay, so if you are running into trouble where something isn't found, you'll need to have a look at this function and then the original path that you had and what it was translated to come up with the cause for the problem. It's probably also case sensitive, so also prepare to that. Make either everything lowercase or uppercase and handle special characters. I hope you find this helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We will be happy to help.